Welcome back. So today we're going to talk about Chapter 3, digital marketing, online, social, and mobile type techniques. Also, we're going to go through a little bit of Chapter 4, but I just want to say good job on getting here today. So we've done Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and we've actually finished one quiz. And I hope the quiz was not too hard. We just wanted you to be aware of the techniques, the methodologies, and the definitions thus far. All right. Do you know 81% of US adults own a smartphone, and more than half of them make purchases on a smartphone? I thought that was pretty staggering. $189 billion spent on mobile apps. Also a very important number for us all growing up and wanting to, start businesses, doing mobile app, those kind of things. A tidbit. That's kind of my thing, to give you a little bit of guidance in both business marketing. Energy and persistence conquer all things, said greatly by Benjamin Franklin. Remember that. When you start searching for a new job, a first job, or a different job, always prepare a few questions for the interview. Here you want to, basically educate yourself about the company, possibly utilizing some of the learnings in marketing thus far, really creating a marketing plan for yourself. And that's very possible. A challenge. I want you to read the Chapter 3 case study. It's basically how Red Bull uses various digital and social media techniques to achieve all of their objectives and more. And try to answer at least one of the questions. Question number 1 is my favorite. A key term that is used by many companies is social listening. Basically, your company's reputation is what it means. It refers to how firms monitor and track what people are saying about them on social media. All right, what is digital marketing? What pertains to all online marketing activities, which includes all digital assets, channels, media spanning, but not just online, but also social media and mobile marketing. What does that mean? Like website design, blogging, SEO, that's search engine optimization. How do I get my website to be first on Google? Those are some of the prominent things. What is social media? And I'm sure all you guys know a better definition than me. It refers to online and mobile technologies that create and distribute content to facilitate interpersonal interactions, to build connections. The key word here is connections. We're connecting. Another big one that you might hear as you cross through both business marketing spaces is omni-channel. You might hear that more than just from this class, but an omni-channel is a term that you'll hear, more than once, but it's a multi-channel strategy, basically selling in more than one channel. What is a channel? Like a storefront, Kohl's, Marshall's. The internet, well, Kohl's and Marshall's also sell on the internet. Catalogs, not sure if both of those do, but some do. Like Kohl's sends out I'd say more of an advertising flyer of what sales are, but they could have catalogs, and the list goes on. In digital marketing, we have it's called the 4E framework, and this basically helps win customers. What is that? What is the 4 E's of this digital marketing? Excite, educate, experience, and engage. Remember, excite the customer, educate the customer, experience with the customer, engage the customer. Remember the basis for any strategy, marketing and or businesses: setting goals. Goals is the most important thing you can do in your life, in your career, even when you're starting a family. Set goals. It'll go a long way. Also, another strategy here for online marketing framework is called the 7 C's. Well, what are the 7 C's? They're basically the core goals, contextual elements, content, community, communication, commerce, and connection. Remember, that connection keeps coming back. How do we stay connected? What are the drivers for social media engagement? Well, I'm glad you asked. We first want to visualize the wheel of social media. They include information effect, the connected effects, network effects, dynamic effects, and timeliness effects. Those are very important. Study those during when you read as well, because you want to go through those. Next, we have a very important concept. It's how do firms engage their customers? Engage, that's the key word here. But a 3-step process works the best. It's listen. I tell you guys, in marketing, sales, listen, listen, listen. That's a most important thing I can tell you, is you have to listen to the customer. So this 3-stage process includes listen, you analyze, then you do. Do means, where the rubber meets the road, you got to do it. If it's building a new product, if it's servicing. I also want you to look at the 5-step digital marketing campaign process. And this one, I also wanted you to do a presentation on this one as well. And I want you to, take that and run with it. I want it to be fun for you. I did list a few slides for you guys on that homework number 2, but I want y'all to take and kind of make it your own, add a little flair to it, whatever interests you the most. If it's a new company, if it's a company that's existing, if you want to make a company up, by all means, be creative. That's what marketing is. It's creativity. It's like an art in some way. So the 5-step digital marketing campaign process, basically identify your strategy, set your goals. That's a big one. Set your goals. Identify your target audience, along with listening to your customer, being connected, having the strategy, setting the goals. You have to identify who your target audience is. In the interview you'll see a little later in the next video, I interviewed a CEO, and he knows his target audience. And that's very, very important. I mean, he knows it down to the level of age they need to be. So that's important for you to understand. So identify strategy, goals, identify target audience, develop your budget, do your campaign, experiment, engage customers, and then monitor that change, like put metrics out there. Next, I want to look at influencer marketing. Again, we'll touch on this a little bit in the interview to kind of give you a little hands-on real life from a real company, but it's a marketing strategy that uses opinion leaders. So opinion leaders, what does that mean? That means that, somebody out there in Twitter land, Instagram is a very important person because they promote their opinions. They say they like something, they don't like something, they're famous, etc. But opinion leaders, popular on social media to drive marketing messages to a targeted audience. And some you'll see are more influential than others, some maybe celebrities and so forth. But do read through that and make sure you understand what is about influencer marketing and how that works. Okay, so that's chapter 3 in a nutshell. Chapter 4 is probably the most important in the whole book, in the sense of having a conscious marketing mindset, being corporate, socially responsible, and ethics. Is this a right decision or is this a wrong decision? How do I answer this? Is it environmentally safe? Well, it's in the gray area. You need to make these decisions and you have to stand by them. Is it going to affect other people? This is very important in marketing. You have to be able to see through the whole concept, the whole value chain, from starting at the manufacturing to create the product, marketing the product, selling the product, and then the customer experience after the product's sold. So make sure you understand all that. Conscious marketing entails a sense of purpose for the firm that is higher than simply just making a profit and or by selling products and services. 4 main principles of conscious marketing. Recognizing of marketing's greater purpose. You got to consider your stakeholders, all of them, and their independence. The presence of conscious leadership, creating a corporate structure, basically a culture, then understanding that decisions are ethically based. Did I make an ethically good decision? What is corporate social responsibility, or short for CSR? It's specific actions and policies taking into account all stakeholders' expectations into account to achieve the triple bottom line. What is the triple bottom line, you might ask? It's the economical, social, and environmental performance, even outside the performance of dollars. I also want to share one very important framework for this chapter. It's basically the ethical decision-making process. So here we basically start with identifying issues. We have to gather all the information. And in the information, you want to identify stakeholders within this. You want to brainstorm and evaluate alternatives. What could we do differently? How do we do things a different way, a modified way? Choose a course of action and stick with it. This process can be used for any decision-making process you need to make in business, your life, etc. Just always make an ethically based decision using this process. Identify, gather, brainstorm, evaluate, and then choose the correct course of action based on that process. And as long as you can base it on that process, a lot of customers can trust you and feel comfortable that you made the ethically right decision because you have this process and you work through this process. Also, decision-making according to conscious marketing might sound easy, but I promise you, pay attention. This chapter helps us understand that it can be hard to balance the needs and preferences of many stakeholders throughout the organization. Usually making a conscious marketing decision can be very personal, in that individuals must decide whether their actions are right or wrong based on their moral principles. Your moral principles might be a little different from my moral principles. Basically, are firms and the company you buy products from, are they making ethically correct decisions? That's the question you need to ask. But also, as you move forward in business, you need to make those decisions for yourself and know that you're going to make ethically based decisions. More to come. I want you to enjoy chapter 3 and chapter 4. Do look at the interview with Terrence Hughes. I think you'll really like that. And we'll talk very soon. So good luck with the quiz and this week 3. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.